Many of us have been experiencing profound transformation over the last 2 to 3 years. A lot of realizations, a lot of transformation, dark night of the soul, maybe life seeming like it was falling apart, but then all of a sudden becoming clear about who you really are or about what you want in life, or reflecting back and realizing that the old life wasn't who you were and wasn't working for you. However, you were experiencing the last 2 to 3 years, this is part of your journey. This is part of your transformational journey. Now, a lot of us are in this together. It is very lonely. It is very difficult. And I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and we were joking around about this, about where we are. And I feel like I've been in the box for several years. And the box, as I mean my environment of what I've been living in, but also the restrictiveness of my ability to expand and to go further with what I want to do. Now, this is because I've had to transform. This is because I've had to dissect everything about myself and go into my deeper journey. And we need these moments. They are very, very crucial times for us to go through the change that we need. Now, I know it may be difficult. Myself, I have wanted to push through this. I've wanted change now, snap my fingers, come on, let's go. I've had incredible impatience issues, but this has taught me to be patient. It has taught me to slow down. It has taught me to look at all the details within my existence, of all the different areas in my life, of all the different aspects of myself, of my past, of my present, my relationship dynamics, my subconscious, my conscious, my health. I've dissected all of it. And it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy to be in the box, in solitude, in isolation, to sit with self, to feel like nothing's moving, but it is. And I've had to catch myself many times with that feeling and frustration of nothing's changing, nothing's moving. And I'll fall into some of those moments here and there, but I know and I can see the change. Look back a year, look back 2 years. If something has fallen apart, if a relationship has fallen apart, if there have been new realizations, if there's been a lot of depression, a lot of fear around the future, you're not alone. This is part of the process. And this is, with my videos, I'm hoping to offer guidance to help you through yours, because more and more of us are going to be going through this process, being in the box. And we need to go in the box for a reason. We need to go into isolation for a reason. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not a scary place to be, but if we're not used to it, it may be very difficult, because we live also in a society that is very fast-paced, a lot of noise, a lot of stimulation, a lot of quick rewards, quick gratification, and a lot of certainty. But really, when you think about it, nothing is certain. Nothing is for certain. So we have to get used to uncertainty. We have to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. We have to acknowledge and trust the unseen. Because when we go through those moments of transformation, when we feel like we're all alone, when we feel like nothing is working, when we feel like there's nothing available for us in the future, there is, and we're creating it right now. You are creating it right now. And it's trusting your ability to create the future. Now, flip side, if I was back living the life I used to live 5 years ago or more, and I was in this place of still grinding it out, working in an industry I didn't enjoy, being miserable, but working really hard, feeling like I had some kind of stability, I was getting paid, but I was miserable. I wasn't creating my future, but I was surviving. Now I'm in this place where I get to create my future, and I know I'm going to thrive. It hasn't been easy. It is a process. And some days I want to give up. Some days are really difficult. Some days are very low. Most days are good, because now I know how to work out of it, and I know where I'm going, and I know my guiding light. And that's why it's so important to know who you want to be in your future and where you want to go. And then you get to create. But we have so many different dimensions within our existence that we need to pay attention to in order to line everything up perfectly. And I've said this before in other videos, sometimes things need to fall apart. Not sometimes, a lot of the times, things need to fall apart in order for us to be redirected on the path that we want, or for us to create the manifestations that we desire. And if we've gone through a lot of traumas in our life, a lot of difficulties, then we may have also lost our sense of purpose along the way. So we need to realign with it. We also need to transform inside first in order to align with our purpose and in order to align with the future that we desire. But it's so crucial to do the inner work. The inner work also means the mindset and the emotions. And that's why being in the box is important. And yes, it is frustrating. It's difficult to see the way out of it. It's difficult to even have faith and to have certainty and to have hope of the future when you're in it. Because it's like you stepped off the ledge and just you're suspended in the middle of space, trying to find your way through this. Trying to feel your way through this, going through the really crazy transformations. But those purging moments are what we need in order to transform. It's what we need in order to let go of the past and to purge out old energies and to wash away some of these stuck energies that we've been carrying within us for lifetimes. And this is the process that we're in right now. And we're all on different timelines, but a lot of us, and if you're watching these videos, are here in the same timeline, experiencing similar things. This work is very important. The shadow work, going into the past to let go and resolve so that we can create the future we want, so that we can step into our worth, so that we can step into our personal potency, so that we can live without the triggers and without the attachments to toxic relationships and to toxic situations, so we can free ourselves and liberate ourselves and live a life free of the chains of past conditioning, past memories, traumatic memories that may resurface on a regular basis or out of the blue, out of nowhere. This is essential. The box is essential. Having isolation, self-isolation is essential. And it's amazing, actually, now that I look back at what happened in the world 2 to 3 years ago and the gift that it provided us. But not everyone saw that gift. Not everyone jumped on board with that. But that's part of our existence as humans on this planet. We're all on different timelines. You're on a different timeline. I'm on a different timeline. Some of us have, again, like I said, similar threads around our experiences and what we're going through. But if there's going to be a separation between those who are on this path and those who aren't. A lot of people didn't see the gift that the last 3 years provided. So do see the box, isolation, the change, the dark night of the soul, whatever you've gone through as a gift. It's very difficult to be in. The struggle is very real, but it offers us more and more hope and more insight into our life journey, what we're really going through, what it's setting us up for, and the ability to create. Can you imagine lifetimes ago, many of us humans didn't have the ability to create. We were just surviving, barely. We're in this amazing time where we get to create, we get to build our life free of the energies and limitations that we've had lifetimes ago. And we get to also understand what it's like to have those feelings. Feelings are so important. And I know some of them are very difficult and they're very tough and they're draining and they come with so much pain. But over time, you get to see that pain in a different light. You get to work with it in a different way and you get to separate it and understand it. But what an experience to have feelings. And we need to honor our feelings. And the more that we can separate from, the greater our senses become, the greater our gifts become. We feel alive, we understand our purpose, we understand our potential. There's so much to unpack with this work. It's phenomenal. And there was a time here where I was uncertain about what exactly was happening, but now I see. And I'm sure you see as well. You get these glimpses, you change, you morph, you have realizations, you see life differently. You learn new things. You go into the deep dives of what is the meaning of life and learning all the dimensions of our existence and beyond. I mean, how fascinating is that? Truly. Going into the shadow is crucial. I say it a lot. I talk about it a lot because I'm extremely passionate about it because it's vital for our transformation. It is vital for our transformation. If we're living unconsciously, even if we're doing spiritual work, if we still have unresolved subconscious beliefs within, it's still going to prevent us from fully creating the life we desire, from dismantling the past and moving towards a better future. So make sure to check out the Shadow Project. It is starting on January the 6th. It is a perfect time to start the new year in this mode, in a universal year number 7, to do the deep dive into the subconscious, into the shadow, but only to understand the past, to release, and to create new pathways towards a better future, to create a greater alignment, to understand triggers, both the limiting triggers and the responsive triggers, so that you can create a powerful and meaningful manifestation and uncover more about yourself, develop greater self-knowledge and self-awareness, which in turn helps you grow to a higher state of consciousness. Make sure to check out the Shadow Project. Link is below. I hope this video found you when you need it the most. I'm wishing you all the best throughout your transformative journey and beyond.